Hey y'all, welcome back. It is Wednesday, Feb 21st, and we are headed out to another networking event. But of course, wanting to give y'all outfit of the day, outfit of the event. So I'm wearing this long sleeve shirt. No, leotard? No. What are they called? What are the ones that you have to like button in the crotch? Anyways, it's that type of shirt. Got this from H&M like years ago. Jeans from H&M, but they are a recent purchase. They are mom fit, you know, for the moms that have a little leftover package. But yeah, so jeans are from H&M. And then this blazer is actually, when did my husband get this? This is my husband's blazer that I'm gonna use, or jacket, whatever. Where did he get this? I think he also got it from H&M. So this is a H&M outfit. And then shoes, I'm wearing those black boots. They are gonna be my go-to boots while it's still pretty cold here. So I will continue to keep wearing those. So yeah, so that is the outfit. Fragrance is the LV something something noir. Again, that's my nighttime fragrance, or my go-to nighttime fragrance. So that is what I am wearing. And yeah, so on our way to another networking event, of course, we're going to be taking you along, get some BTS of how the event is, and possibly a recap. But for now, peace. All right, we are in the lobby right now. It's cute. Thank goodness they have an elevator, because I was not about to walk up 3 flights. This is the rest of the building. Oh, okay, got a little concert happening. This is cool.
Third
Cleaning
floor.
That's cool. Hey, this is pretty.
I need a bag lady because I am enamored.
Yes, so far. This is really pretty. Good. Oh, no, thank you. Saying engagements, weddings, and events.
Engagements. And Stacie? Yeah, we were just talking briefly.
Drinks are good.
Who knows about the Pullman ports? Does anybody know what the Pullman ports? I I saw very few hands go up. Guys, people that look like me, black people, that is our history. They ingrained in hospitality. They were the ones that started the black middle class. And so Amtrak even honors them. There is a Pullman Porters Museum in Chicago. Pullman Porters were basically out of Chicago in Canada. There was a man called Pullman Porter, a white guy. And so what he did was he got slaves to work on his trains to give service to the higher echelon that rode his trains. So this was white glove service, this was, fine dining, the whole 9 yards. And according to their status, these were the middle class of blacks. And they were also the first to start a civil rights movement and to also create their own started the debutante ball, but also I remember blank, where you start your own, especially they're in hotels a lot, unions, yes. They started their own union to get better wages. We have Miss Kim Lee. She is a celebrity makeup artist. She said not to say it, but she's a celebrity makeup artist. She is a business owner, a mogul. If you didn't go check out her table over there, she owns Wink and Pout. And then she also has her own foundation for women, for things that we suffer with by boys. And then everybody knows Mr. Andre Wells, right? He is the epitome of events, doing high-end events in our area and beyond. And then I'm so excited. I've never met this young lady, but I have followed her. Her family is a legend here in the Washington, D.C. area. Her family owns Leaves Flowers. They're the oldest black-owned florist, not in Washington, D.C., but in the United States. Her family is ingrained in the history and the building of Washington, D.C. And when I sent her the questions, she was just like, oh my gosh, our great-great-grandfather was a Pullman porter. And so we're going to talk about that. And so,
the salon growing up, I was surrounded by salon owners on one side and then educators on the other side of my family. So I worked in the salon all through high school, college, went to law school, thought I was going to be an entertainment lawyer, and ended up at the salon one Saturday morning servicing a bride. And at the time, we didn't have a lot of products for African American skin. This was over 30 years ago. And we were selling a product in our...
What made me want?
Yes.
I don't know. Did you have a microphone?
I did not.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
a loud
need a
person. I'm a pastor too, so I'm not loud.
Okay. I don't need a microphone. I think everyone can hear me. But who doesn't want to plan a party, right? I wanted to do something that was going to be fun. I don't need it. Let Stacie say. I wanted to do something that was fun and interesting, and I started out as a buyer. I worked as a buyer because I felt like when I was growing up that black people in general, we spend so much money on consumer durables. We have the best bags, shoes, all stuff, but we had like no representation in the market. And I loved fashion as well. And then I loved events. I loved going to weddings. That's weird, right? For a boy to grow up in the South, to go to weddings and parties. And I loved this. And my parents entertained a lot. So I loved both of these things. So I was like, how am I going to do this and what am I going to do? So I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and I was on this team board. Basically, we have lots of high schools there, about 30 high schools, and back then, retail was really big. You know, people did fashion shows in malls, and it was just a big thing that people participated in And so they had these team boards where they would choose a couple high school students from each high school, and you were able to service the community. You got to be in print ads because people had newspapers and stuff back then, and fashion shows at malls. And it was this woman, her name was Jane Slater, and she was so together. She was sharp and smart, and I was like, I want her job. I want to do what she did. And she was a special events coordinator for this store called, it's called Ivy's, made coins. It was the made company. And so I went to college. I went to Hampton, and then at Hampton, I interned at Bloomingdale's throughout my years there, starting with my junior year or my sophomore year. And when I graduated, I was recruited by the Make Company, which was Hex department stores. And I had about 45 stores. I started out as an assistant buyer, and I absolutely hated it. I thought it was going to be this amazing job. I was going to be going to New York every other weekend. You know, it wasn't that. I was a mathematician, and I just moved merchandise around from my desk that, you know, would sell in Pennsylvania but wouldn't sell in Washington. So I hated it. And they had a special events division, and they would not move me to this division. It was very frustrating for me, but a lot of you all who have ever worked for corporations, you know how sometimes they want you to do certain things because they have a vision for you, and you're good at that, and that's what we want you to do, but I didn't want to do that. And so I did that for about 3 years, and I was dating my now wife, and I said, I might be moving back to Florida because I'm going to quit. I don't have a job, and I don't have I said, I may not be able to pay my rent. I said, but I need to devote my time to this special events. I need to learn this entire industry. So I started volunteering. I met that guy back there, Ray Alec. I was, back then it was like ISIS, the International Special Events Society. It was NACE, the National Association of Catering Executives. So I really put in the work. I did, this was when you could go to office buildings cold and call on big corporations and stuff like that. And I went to work for a catering company, helping them plan and curate events. And then I started getting all of these clients. In fact, I met Kim. I got BET, and I got a host of other clients. And then one day I was at my desk, and it was like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and I'm the only one. I'm like, why am I the only one here? I don't even own this company. I said, this is it. I said, this is my last stop. I'm done. And in 2003, which was 20 years ago, I started my own company. So now we produce and design it's a boutique firm, but we produce really big events. We work with FedEx, AT&T, tons of different corporations, and we do a lot of high-end. So
not been able to do. For years in Hollywood, there was not a lot of artists that could do brown girls. Just wasn't. And there was a woman that lived here who became very popular. Her name was Omarosa. And Omarosa, I was her makeup artist for the beginning of her career when she was on The Apprentice. And when she got fired, my press release read, when she got fired, we got hired. And we were able to do her whole press junket, and brown girls around the world were able to see my work on television shows and on morning shows that blew their minds. And from Omarosa, being on Oprah, being on the Good Day show, Good Morning America, Oprah comes backstage, which she has never done. She comes backstage because she wants to know, who is your glam squad? We want to know who it is that's making you look so great on TV every week. And I literally was watching her on the monitors from the makeup room saying, is she serious? She's asking Omarosa this on stage. She said, I want the cameras to follow me to the back. Is your team here? She said, they are. She follows the cameraman to the back, and literally this is live on TV. This is why you gotta always be ready. I followed her back, and at the time, you all, I didn't have a product. I didn't have, you know, a lip gloss. I didn't have any of that. All I had was an email. And my email, you know, Oprah, they said she could make or break a business because the supply didn't meet the demand. I wasn't ready for that Oprah moment. I just wasn't ready. I was so busy just trying to be the artist, and I realized at that moment I needed to have a product. Like, I never wanted to be on TV again and not have a product. So I came out with an instructional DVD at the Bronner Brothers show, which are another set of pioneers, trailblazers in our beauty industry. And I came up with an instructional DVD to show women how to do what I did on camera. And to show brown girls how to do what I did. So many brown girls in Hollywood saw me. I started doing Venus and Serena. Y'all remember the milk commercial with the milk, with the milk on the upper stash? I did that. So there were so many moments I was able to do for the first time because I wasn't afraid to do things for the first time. So I thank God for people like Pat McGrath, and I thank God for people who weren't afraid to step in those spaces where we weren't wanted, where we weren't welcomed, because it gave me the tenacity and it gave me the willpower to want to do it. And so, yeah, I've done a lot of things for the first time that I'm telling you, like, I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this, you know. And I go in and I'm always afraid, and I'm always fumbling, and I'm always trying to figure it out, but I go. It's just like when you got that child and you push them to the edge of the pool, and you like jump in, because if they don't jump in, they're not gonna go in. I want you to remember that. If you don't jump in, you won't get in. Water's too cold. Your body ain't used to it. Just jump. You'll adjust. It'll be okay.
Things or segues into Stacie. We were talking about generational wealth, which is what your family has done and built a legacy. So when it comes to flowers, Harlem was, back in the day, famous about flowers. So I'm going to give you two names. I'm giving these names just as a history lesson. I want you all to go back and research these people. Boss Clarence Powers. He was New York's first flower vendor. He may have been, he started out in the late 1800s. Benjamin F. Butler was another Harlem florist active during the roaring 20s. And then there was a young lady named Lucille Keynes, who was a notable Harlem florist who became well known within the industry in the 1940s. Talk about legacies. Being the oldest black floral company in the history of the United States. Yes, let's give her a big round of applause. Lee's Flower and Art Shop was founded in 1945 on U Street, which was called back then the Black Broadway, by William and Winifred Lee, your grandparents. You're now in the fourth generation of people owning that. You talked about owning your own building, which is something that was huge, not only back in the day, but even now that we own our own stuff, right? So, Stacie, tell us about your grandparents and what they sought out as far as creating this legacy. Do you feel that they thought that 45 years later that that building would still be standing and it was not given away, not sold out, but still being raised by their family?
I think they're smiling now because of that. But I'll say, you asked about them. They were pioneers, like you, Kim. They're pioneers in the industry. I mean, you don't see a lot of businesses that are, and we now have a fifth generation. On Valentine's Day, my 16-year-old niece, great niece, was working with us, and she's our fifth generation. So we're so proud to keep the business going. I just want to say it's just just perseverance, because like I said earlier, there's a lot of ups and downs in the floral industry. You know Miss Flowers back there, she's a florist as well. I mean, I think it's just, my dad was second generation, and a lot of times businesses, the first generation builds it, the second generation normally kills it. It usually doesn't get to the third generation, but they were, I don't know, I guess it's just, we wanted, someone mentioned legacy. This was their legacy to us, and we want to keep it going, and so we worked very hard to keep the business going. And there were a lot of times, I think about 2008, when we just said, you know what, let's just sell the building, sell the business, and cash out. And we didn't do it. I mean, I guess when Obama came in, we got invigorated and inspired, and we just kept going. And I want to say 2020 during COVID, it was our biggest year yet, because we were able to continue to do business during COVID, because when they said they wanted all non-essential businesses to shut down, we said, well, we think we're essential. We locked the doors, but we kept making deliveries, and we were already a master at deliveries, so we made contactless deliveries. We would drop them on the doorstop, and everybody was home, so delivery out there, but we just kept on going. And now we went from our grandparents to we have over 30 employees that we employ, and that's their livelihood. And so we're really proud to be able to, hire from our community and, give people a livelihood for, to keep them going.
And quick question, so now that you have that fifth generation coming on, do you instill them, do not sell this business, do not sell this business?
Oh yeah, that's what my grandmother used to say, I don't care what you do, don't sell this building. And U Street, I don't know if you are familiar with it, but it has gone up and down, just like everything else, but it's on that upward trajectory right now. It's a little gentrified, it's a lot gentrified right now, but we are right in the middle of that and still there. And there's Ben's Chili Bowl, I know everyone's heard of that. They're still there, and Industrial Bank, and I call it the U Street trifecta, because we all kind of grew up together. We're all generational businesses that are still there and still going strong.
That's amazing.
Good, I can go get it.
know my undertone. Am I
I don't need a line. I need a foundation and a concealer.
Good morning, happy Thursday. Got my alumni shirt on. ODU. Last night was fun. Didn't do a recap because as soon as I got in the house, it was pajama time and go to bed. So the event, and I have my notes here. The event was in combination with NSBWEP and AWP-DC, and it was Conversations That Connect, Black Trailblazers in Hospitality, and Events Then and Now. And the speakers that were there were Andre Wells. He does events in New York, DC, and LA. And then Stacie Lee Banks, owner of Lee's Flower Shop, which was really cool to listen to her because her family is the oldest Black-owned flower shop within the United States. So it's really cool to see that, generation after generation, they have kept this flower shop alive. So if you're in the DC area, definitely visit Lee's Flower Shop, because it's Black owned and it's cool. And then Kim Lee, the celebrity beauty mogul. It was really interesting to get her perspective, because a lot of times, like when you're in your specific industry and you're like me, photography industry, you do get that experience where you feel like there's like gatekeeping, or there is sorry, I didn't clear out my face. Either gatekeeping or I guess comparison, right? It's kind of like, why does this person get more of an advantage than I do, and like we are both equally we're both equally capable. Let's see. Okay, my mic's working. So that we're both capable. So it was really interesting to hear that it's like, it's not just in the photography space. It is literally like in all creator spaces, where it's like, it's just wild that, some people are afforded different opportunities than others, even though their experience is either the same level or even higher. So it was really interesting to just listen to that perspective, because all three of them are very successful, and to hear that they have also gone through a lot of tough times, getting to where they are today. It resonates to me, and it's like, okay, I'm not the only one dealing with the messiness of the industry that I'm in. And it just also gives me more motivation to keep pushing and keep going. Like, and when I was talking to people there, like during the networking times, a lot of same question came up, like, how long have you been in business? And I always start that question with like, well, I started my company in 2011, but now I have to remember to like say the number instead of having other people figure out how long I've been in business. So I have been in business over, it's like 13 years now, right? This month in February. And so I definitely started off with doing everything under the sun as far as photography coverage. And then around 2018, that's when, I was like, I want to raise my prices. I have enough experience. I want to raise my prices. And in order to raise my prices, I had to elevate the experience that I bring to people. And so shout out to Dr. Tamaya Colvin. If you are not in the photography world, she is amazing. And she also has a mastermind program that she helps Black and brown photographers and videographers in the space, and like just getting their business up and running. So anyways, I took her mastermind class around that time, and she was like, in order to elevate your experience, you have to niche down. You have to niche down so you can perfect what you are trying to do. And so 2018, that's when I pivoted to just engagements and weddings, because I really just wanted to make that experience better for all of my clients. And then within, I think 2022, I decided to open my calendar up for like corporate events, different, I guess I would say adult events, not necessarily like kid events. The youngest I would go is for bar and bat mitzvahs. But yeah, other than that, just making sure that I can niche. The goal was to niche down so I could bring a better experience. I think that was the best advice I've ever gotten for my photography business, and it's been wonderful. But started off in the Hampton Roads area for the longest time, and then when we moved up to the DMV area, had to kind of restart. But it's been great, and it's been good so far. So that was my little ramble of last night. It was really good. You'll definitely see, clips of that. And I'll also put all of the sponsors' information down in the description, as well as, yeah, I think I'll put their information down and then their Instagrams as well. But yeah, so today we are actually going to go into the city, DC specifically, go into the city, and we're going to be doing a lunch with a planner that I absolutely love. I'm excited that we are linking up. I really love the one-on-ones that I have with people, especially being an introvert. The large networking spaces are kind of like intimidating. So I really like to do like those one-on-one sessions, like really getting to know people, understand how they operate in their business, what they like, what they don't like. And same thing with couples. Like that's how I get to know my couple. So then by the time the wedding rolls around, like they are comfortable and confident that I'm there, I'm capturing their moments, and they're just excited. So yeah, so that's part of my process, is that building relationships, couples and vendors, because it's a teamwork. It's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work when it comes to weddings and events. And I'm really big on that, and making sure that I'm not just only fitting my couple's needs, but I'm also fitting the rest of the team's needs when it comes to photography coverage, because that's how you grow a community. So yeah. All right, that was the end of my rambling, but I will take you on to our lunch today. So I'm gonna do some admin things, and then we're gonna get ready and head out, and I will show you what I'll be wearing to this lunch session. So hey y'all, we are back. We're about to head out to our luncheon, but first let's get into this outfit that I put together. So this shirt is from Uniqlo. Sleeveless, and it's actually cropped, but these pants are high waist, so it covers it up. But these are the ones that have the built-in bra, so I really like these. I'll probably get some more of these. These pants, they're linen. I like the flowiness of them. Sorry, there's bugs on my carpet. I like the spaciousness of them. Really like them. They're comfortable. But the brand is ASOS, but I got these from Nordstrom Rack. And the shoes are from Converse. I'm gonna have to do a different view because I absolutely love these shoes. So let's get into these shoes right now. Look at these Converses. Can you see these? I'm sorry, dirty heel, but these Converses. Let me see if I can. Absolutely love them. They're platform, and they have is it astrology? No, I think it's sexuality symbols, because I do see male and female symbols up here. So yeah, and then these are the flowy pants that I really like. Right, and then the blazer is actually from Uniqlo. Yesterday I said it was from H&M, but it's not. It's from Uniqlo. It's still my husband's. I think this weekend I'm gonna have to go and get myself a blazer because I really like this. I think it's very like flattering on me. It's like, you know, the things I want to not show. So definitely gonna go ahead and get one of these. Won't look like I have crazy crotch views, but yeah. So I'm gonna definitely get this. I feel like it also like slims you. Just look, it just slims you. Bracelet from Hermes. Will it work? Yep. Bracelet is from Hermes, and the perfume I'm gonna go with is my Chanel 1957, because as I said, that's my main daytime fragrance. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna head out, and I will bring y'all with me. Hey y'all, I am back. My husband and I are heading out to go to happy hour. So that's what we're about to go do. Get a little breaky break from mom and dad life, and go hang out as two adults mingling and hanging out for happy hour. So I'll definitely take you guys with me, and we are headed out now.